You must be exhausted after all we've been through today. Come on, I'll put my far-from-gourmet culinary skills to work in this facility's barely adequate kitchen and prepare us something to eat. Your faith in my abilities is encouraging, but at this point, I'm not certain how wonderful anything I try to cook is going to turn out. I'll be happy if it's edible. I'm afraid you know me too well already. I admit it. I am trying to get your mind off our situation. After being ambushed by Tanis and having to make our escape, I thought we'd had enough excitement for one day, and that simply making dinner would be a good way to give our minds a little breather. Besides, I don't know about you, but I'm starving. You too? All right then. Of course, I'd love to work together. I have no doubt that your skills in the kitchen far exceed mine. Come on, let's see what we can come up with. Not much to work with in here, I'm afraid. If you say so. That sounds delicious. What should I be doing? Listen to me. This was supposed to be me preparing a meal for you, and now I've dumped it in your lap, and I'm offering to help you. You're certain? Very well, chef. I am at your service. Certainly. I think I saw a couple of them in the pantry. I'll grab them. Do you miss it? Cooking for others? Your life has certainly changed in the last few months. I can't fathom how you've managed to just take everything in stride. I'm so proud of you, so honored to be your partner. All right. Once Tanis is contained and that threat is removed, what do you want to do with your life? What will the new normal look like? On the mainland? I suppose I haven't looked that far ahead. I think I've always had a shadow of doubt in myself that kept me from planning that far out. We've made enormous strides these last few months. I had always felt, I don't know how to explain it, hollow, perhaps? I attributed it to my loss of childhood memories. I knew there was a chunk of me missing. I thought I would find those missing pieces if I could break through the mind block. Turns out, what I needed was a superb chef that just happened to wash up on my beach. I suppose the fates decided if we were ever going to meet, they'd have to help me out a little bit. I just wish it hadn't included Tanis getting his hands on you. I'm so sorry he's still this dark shadow looming over us. I should have protected you better. Well, Plan B was a bit harrowing at times. True, swimming with the dolphins is always an exhilarating experience. Look what I found in the pantry. Should we include these in our supper? Since we're making a stew of sorts, I figured they'd get rehydrated as they cook. Do you like peas? They definitely aren't my favorite. Thumbs up or thumbs down? Good choice. That smells terrific. We've spent a lot of time, basically alone on our island. Do you miss being around people? Actually, I've been mostly alone for centuries. At first, it was odd having you in my compound. That's true. I was afraid you had been sent by my mortal enemy. But I think my heart always knew the truth. Otherwise, I would have never let you inside the compound. I haven't survived this long by being careless. The Atlanteans? What do you mean? I have some vague ideas about the culture shock they'll experience, but I have to assume they'll adapt. I know what you're saying, but we still have many hurdles to surpass before we can even get them to the surface. Once they're on terra firma, we can figure all that out. I've acquired several small islands. Each has a compound of sorts which would allow for food prep, emergency medical treatment, and shelter. We can get by until we have a comprehensive plan in place. I haven't seen this side of you. What else have you been thinking about? You're right. I don't know. Maybe I was afraid to jinx it. Yes, maybe that too. You're such a treasure. I don't think I'll ever know what I could have possibly done to deserve you. But I am grateful. So very grateful. I'm sorry. I just want you to know what you mean to me. All right. My mouth is watering for that stew you're making. When will it be done? Oh, I'd love a taste. So good, baby. Look at what you've made, and with so little to work with. You never cease to amaze me. I'll set the table. Let me carry them. I don't want you to get burned. I know you're capable, but I like to help. I like to do things for you. You shouldn't have to take a risk when I'm here. So, tell me more about your plans. I know you think we need to be better prepared, but how far do we take it? We have no idea how many will surface alive. How do we develop a contingency plan when we don't know any of the factors? We make the best team. I hadn't considered that. You're right. If our plan is correct, we'll have no time to prepare once we begin transmitting the correct sound pattern. I don't know how we're going to do this alone. The elders assumed they'd be rescued a few months later by everyone that set sail before the disaster struck. Now there are just the two of us, and Tanis, who would likely do them harm if he could get the chance. You really do make the best food. I can see why you're a chef. You know exactly what ingredients to add to take a simple dish to the next level. I hate that you aren't able to share your skills with others right now. I promise you, I'll do everything in my power to contain Tanis so that you will be free to live your life without his influence. I know you're not, but I am. You're of utmost importance to me, and I worry about your safety. While I do the cleanup, let's brainstorm how to prepare for the Atlanteans. Of course I do. You're absolutely right. I've been remiss. Yes, I agree. Slow integration would be best. Even if they have been monitoring me and Tanis, I doubt they fully understand the world today. I hope some of our healers and historians will be among the survivors. I'm going to need your help too. I've distanced myself from others so I could do my research without interference. That's true. There's always been something different about me. I never did feel like I fit in anywhere or with any others. Until you came along, that is. We fit. I'm afraid if the world realizes what's happened, we will all be locked in a research facility for observation. No, I wouldn't either. We must do whatever we can to ensure that doesn't happen. I think even Tanis would agree with us on this issue. I know. Depending on the number of pods that surface, we could be spotted on satellite images. True, but I think it would take a large number before any government decided to investigate. Don't you? I'm counting on bureaucratic red tape to save us from that one.